All right, so you've published a few books and now you're feeling stuck. Self-publishing is not for the faint of heart because there's a lot of ups and downs, and it can feel like very disorienting and discouraging. Um, but hopefully, these tips will maybe give you some ideas. I'm not the end all be all expert on this, but I have tried a lot of things. So maybe there's something in here that you could try if you haven't yet. All right. Of course, social media is a huge place to market. I was on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for a while. Those were the three I was focusing on. Truly, I didn't see a huge jump in sales. Instead, I kind of got burnt out. So I decided to go back to just focusing on Instagram. And mentally, I think that really helped me. I've gone through times of making a lot of reels. I've tried carousel posts, like all the different types of things, making sure you have trending audio, silly videos, just normal videos. Honestly, I think it's important to focus on what feels doable for you, what feels natural to you. I'm not saying don't push yourself and try new things, but you definitely don't want to burn yourself out. Be authentic, do it in a way that feels more natural, or batch your content, do a little bit here or there. I honestly do different things. Sometimes I'm in the mood for it. Sometimes I have to push myself. Sometimes it's just a post. And so don't feel like you have to just do what everyone else is doing. I think that's a recipe for burnout. Um, so I'm currently trying to focus more on YouTube, and I'm going to try adding some content to Pinterest as well. Those are platforms that I haven't done a lot of marketing on. My goal is to really reach new readers and people looking for clean romance. Maybe they don't know how to find it. It takes a lot of effort to learn like a new platform, but it's fun to challenge yourself to try new things. Remember, you don't have to do everything all at once. So one other thing I'm trying is creating a collection of two of my books from my series. There's got to be something more. So this is the first series that I wrote by myself. I wrote two novellas before I jumped into this series. So this series is comprised of three books: Just a Thing We Do, Just a Wrong Turn, and Just a Holiday Hangout. Just a Thing We Do was my first novel, and it's gotten like okay reviews, like 4 stars reviews. Goodreads less. Goodreads can be really harsh. And I think I learned a lot through writing this one, and I'm proud of it. I enjoy it. I've had people say they really like this one. But for me, I think my next two in the series are better. Just a Wrong Turn and Just a Holiday Hangout. So one thing that I've done recently is I combined these two into a 2-in-1 collection. This is my author proof. Now, what I was doing, and the reason, my thought process behind this, was the titles of these books I don't think are really going to catch people's attention, especially because right now tropes really matter. And these books, their titles don't really let people know what to expect as far as tropes go. They let you know that obviously this one takes place around the holidays. Just a Wrong Turn, I don't feel like it gives people enough information. I was really banking on people liking this one and wanting to read the whole series. And I honestly feel like that didn't happen. And I'm afraid people aren't like pulled in enough from this one. So my goal was in this book to combine these two. And what these two have in common, these two have done really well and gotten good reviews, is forced proximity and enemies to lovers. So I wanted to incorporate that into the title of the collection. So obviously it's called Forced Proximity with My Enemy. 2 stories in one, the Bright and Bold collection. I came up with Bright and Bold because both the female main characters, one is very bright, Liza, strong personality, ray of sunshine, and Ada in this book, or Ada, depending on how you want to pronounce it. In my head, it's Ada. The main character is very bold, strong personality. Okay, so that's where I got that. So my purpose in creating a 2-in-1 collection was just to try it. And honestly, my goal for this was to attract people who might be typing it in the search, like looking for the tropes, forced proximity, looking for enemies to lovers. Both these stories also have fake dating in it. And like I said, they got better reviews. My fear is people will be like, wait, I jumped into book 2. but they're standalone novels. You don't have to read them in order. There are crossover characters. So my goal, trying something new again, you're going to hear that theme over and over, was to see what would happen and see if I could just draw readers, more readers in and new readers with a title that more describes the tropes. It's pretty early on. I really haven't marketed this much because I haven't known how. I don't want my current readers, right? This isn't for readers like that follow me a lot because they've already read these. This is really to attract new readers. So I need to figure out how to do that. And that's what I'm in the process of doing as well. All right. So let's move on to another tip. If you're feeling like you're writing books and not getting a lot of attention, not attracting readers, I would highly suggest looking into a multi-author series. Once you're an established author and have made connections with other authors, I would recommend trying a multi-author series. For example, I worked with a group of authors on the Sunkissed Summer Novellas, which is a series about 6 former roommates who all find love in the same summer. I also recently released Serving Scrooge, which was a part of a multi-author series called Peppermint Playbook series with 5 other authors. These multi-author series are great for cross promotion because all of their readers get pulled in, right? And we have this really fun series. Also, just on a personal level, I've loved multi-author series because writing can be isolating. So it was fun to work with others and learn from them too. So multi-author series have been doing really well. Definitely check into it. Find other authors that write in a similar genre to you, right? I'm clean, closed door romance. So are the other authors in this series as well. Lastly, I want to remind you, because I have been recently reminded, that on social media, you need to achieve success by following the 80/20 rule. 80% of your content should be informative, entertaining, value driven, while only 20% should be a direct sell or promotion of your book. I am probably guilty of the opposite of this because I don't really like putting myself out there. I don't feel like I'm really good at being super entertaining. And as far as being like informative, oftentimes I feel like, what do I have to like offer? People can Google this stuff and find information themselves. But I think what motivated me to start this YouTube channel is that reminder of the 80/20 rule. Because like I said, I'm totally guilty of just being like, I don't want to be an influencer. I don't need to be famous. I don't want people to like me. I just want them to read my book. And I want to hide and write books and be by myself. And I love that. And I've never been good at selling things, but I can kind of just like hide behind a post here or there or like an aesthetic reel. I worked for a nonprofit for 10 years. So what really drives me is helping people. And that mindset is actually what motivated me to start this YouTube channel. Is it's like, I'm not entertaining. Like I said, I don't want to be an influencer, but maybe I can help some other authors and in the process be able to share my books. And that actually gave me so much freedom. So if you only talk about yourself and your product, people are going to tune you out. It's like they've seen it over and over again. Um, and you got to provide that value and really, I don't know, I feel like it feels better to be able to help someone. And that's really motivating to me. So remember that 80/20 rule and think about things that you do know, things that you do enjoy. And if you don't want to be an Instagram influencer, maybe you can start a Pinterest where you write and share blog articles. Like people are still Googling stuff for sure. People are still wanting to find the good information. They want to know what books you like. They want to know how you chose to become an author. Like share about yourself in a platform that feels comfortable to you. But remember that 80/20 rule. Let me know what other questions you have. Have a great day.